I am so close to unifying South America, but things are about to go wrong. As soon as I approached the Panama Canal, the Entente declared war on me, which in the first place, I don't know why that's even a thing, but now I gotta defend against the Entente. My dreams of unifying South America are gonna be a lot more difficult, but before we do that, I first gotta unify Argentina. So I've been listening to this song, this Chilean song. It's like called El Pueblo Unido Jamás será vencido. And now it's just inspired me to just want to form a communist South America bloc. So yeah, that's what we're doing, I suppose. Yep, that's it. That's the entire reason. It's such a good song. Anyway, I'm going to play it throughout the year transition, so you'll get to hear it too. Anyway, we begin as the Patagonian Workers' Front, which is a puppet of Chile. We're a puppet of Chile. So I'm guessing Chile and Argentina went to war, and it looks like Argentina didn't win, but now they're national populist or fascist, and they want to reunify Argentina, which is not good news for us. However, with Chile by our side, we might actually have a chance to install an Argentinian workers' state. And now we are the result of the Chilean victory, the Patagonian Workers' Front, with this guy, Antonio Soto. We do have only two national spirits, Patagonian Resistance and the Legitimate Republic. They're pretty easy to comprehend. And our army is in really poor shape. We have 22,000 manpower, right? We can't fill all of our divisions up. With this one elite veteran division with armored car, this division is crazy. And then these militia divisions, which are like 30%. Look, we start with no factories. We have one military, no, not even a military factory. We have one factory. It's a naval dockyard. I mean, that's the worst, right? Why can't we convert it? Can we convert this naval dockyard? We don't even have any boats. We're talking about with a naval dockyard. We can only access this part of the focus tree before we defeat Argentina. And thank God, because it actually helps our economy. The Hannaford idea. What is this? Apparently, an Argentinian revolutionary has been put in prison in Argentina right next to our border. So we come up with a great idea of trying to rescue him. And this guy's actually a general, so we can use him in our army. There are 4 different plans, each of them varying in probability of success and cost. But then I come across this. On standby to assist in case the situation escalates. And instead rescue the officer. I think I want this one. Joseph Dugashvili? Yo, that's Joseph Stalin. What in the world is he doing here? Why is he in Patagonia? He could be in Georgia. He could be in the Union of Britain or France. But no, he chooses to be in Patagonia. Anyway, I went with his plan. He's an experienced bank robber after all, so I'm sure it will work. Oh, he made it. We got it. The mission was successful. He becomes a general. Well done, Stalin. Germany's already going in on Poland. We're a few months into the game and Germany's already attacking Poland. Construction speed plus 5%. We're not constructing anything, no. What are we talking about getting all these construction bonuses? And what am I constructing with? Nothing. I've also turned division limits on for everyone, so I could have just done it for the AI, but I feel like, you know, if they would be too easy if I'm allowed to produce as many divisions as I want, but the AI can't. So it's fair. All right, so we have a decision down here: mass recruitment or international force. I probably would go mass recruitment. Anyway, I continued down my focus tree, filling up my divisions with manpower and also getting more industry. Alright, end the manpower crisis. Okay guys, so I've actually just gone back in time because there's actually a more radical path that seems a lot more interesting, and it's to do with this guy called Fonte. He's essentially like this Robin Hood kind of figure who goes around with his militias, raiding people and then, I don't know, I guess redistributing it to his bandits that follow him, I suppose. He's kind of just got like his own paramilitary running around, and anyway. So essentially, we've just captured him, and what I did before is I put him in prison. I didn't really read anything. I probably should have read stuff, but what we want to do is just let him off with a warning, because then this guy can actually coup the government, and this opens up this tree here. The best comparison to him is like Ned Kelly from Australia, just like an outlaw that goes around, you know, robbing people, mostly banks and the wealthy. He's basically a radical anarcho-communist, and if he was to take charge of the revolution, then things would not be so good for the revolution. With him still on the loose, Argentina declared war, and we were able to make some progress along the east coast with that one good infantry division. While the war was going on and chaos surrounded the civilian population, the outlaw found the opportunity and took it. Okay, so during this war, El Toscano makes his move now because we didn't imprison him or arrest him. We can do the bandits king, forces are able to hold glory to Fonte. So now we are the boundless rangers of the River Plate, and he's our leader. And we're totalists now. Okay. Argentina were continuing to be difficult, even pushing into Chile, threatening Santiago. I even got naval invaded next to my capital, and things were looking pretty sketchy already. But I continued to pump out more divisions, eventually reaching Buenos Aires. This war is taking longer than expected, but it's fine. Anyway, I captured Buenos Aires and the manpower started flooding in. And before I knew it, Argentina capitulated. Paraguay was also in the peace deal since Argentina was at war with them, but then they got defeated. So I took the rest of Argentina while Chile got Paraguay. Well, there we go. Victory has come at last. So we didn't finish the whole tree, but most importantly, we went down the left one, right? We got the military factories and the civilian factories. So the revolution was successful, but now it is under the command of Fonte, and his rule is a lot different to what you might expect. It is not an authoritarian dictatorship. However, he is the most influential figure inside of this anarchic state. The power of his gang asserts him to the top of the food chain in this region, and therefore kind of turns into an authoritarian dictatorship even when it's supposed to be anarchy. Interesting. Chile just went ahead and joined the Third International. Alright. Now, because we're still a puppet of Chile, it dragged us into the Third International. However, once we complete a focus, we become free. Alright, so that bypassed the trade union thing. I guess we won't be able to go down any of these. Alright, anyway, let's go down this one. El Toscano hijacks the revolution. Establishing now a pseudo-illegalist paradise, he calls it. He claims his state has no borders, and the countries around him are beginning to take notice. Oh, we can do all this stuff. Propaganda offensive. So this gives like, oh, we're at negative 100% stability. That's no good. Let's rebuild cities. Re-educate military officers. What is illegalism? Oh my god. Left anarchism. Okay. Well, oh, we're not in the Third International anymore. Okay, so we're not. That's perfect. However, Chile is. I don't know if this will be a problem later on. Alright, statelessness at the end of Fonte's barrel. Okay, stateless society. Here we go. I'm sure that all of the countries that we border will love that. In fact, there was one country that loved it so much that they just invited themselves to be part of the borderless society. And by invite themselves, I mean declare war on me. But that wouldn't be until next year. Right now, I get to choose my doctrine. Assasol is kind of the move. It just makes sense, okay? Alright, a fiefdom for Patagonia's Red Robin Hood. Comrade Fonte declares the death of Latin American statism. And this is a close-up of the flag we're doing. Like, this is a cool flag. The red and black for anarchy, and then the figure being like an outlaw kind of type. Anyway, by 1939, the countries around us would begin to take notice. Out of nowhere, and I mean out of nowhere, I didn't even get the justification for it, the Empire of Brazil declared war on me. What? That was just... wow. Brazil now? Out of nowhere? We're fighting Brazil? I've only just secured Argentina, and now I have to fight Brazil on my own without Chile? I guess they thought they saw an opportunity. If we're going to be fighting Brazil, we might be in a war that might take a while. So I rushed my divisions over, and fortunately, Brazil weren't too ready for it either. And I was able to take some land before most of their units turned up. Okay, so Brazil are like... how many divisions are stuck in here? That was 2. 1 died already. We're about to take the first big city. Already. We can go red. I think we're going to go keep the militias. It makes sense. Alright, this is fine. I thought this was going to be a lot harder. How many divisions do they have? 15 to 39. It's going to be a tough war. It's going to be tough. The front kind of stabilized along that river, but not for long, as when I got pushed back, I immediately pushed forward again and got another encirclement. Dead casualties. Yeah, they've taken more. They're going to take a lot more after that. Alright, 65k to 27k. We are winning. There's just no supply. Is there a supply hub? Yes. So I connected the railway, and once that was done, I was back into my usual momentum. I once again began advancing, but it was the wrong direction. I was just pushing further into the Amazon instead of along the coast. I'm going to the Amazon, so that's pretty cool. That's a supply hub. Hopefully we can connect up. But we're like going into the Amazon, which is kind of like not really what I want to do. But there's supply here, so it's like I'm not complaining. Anyway, I wanted to begin focusing more on the coast because that's where the victory points are. So I pulled off some encirclements, and before I knew it, I was outside Rio. Stability through terror under L68. It's anarchist. Dude, that's how it's like actually like holding together, because it's anarchist, but it's like, so all crime is like legal except the people that have all the guns and all like the power and can commit the worst crimes are the ones in charge. That sounds great. Anyway, I continued advancing up Brazil. However, to have some sense of stability, we need to form a coalition with someone. I choose the Syndicalists because it is the most popular like leftist ideology in this mob. And anarchist syndicalist wing, I guess? What does that do? Pretty much nothing. Just gave us a few bonuses and that's it. We completed a focus which allow us to do the Great Raids decisions, which is the fun part. We can essentially declare war on any South American state. I won't click anything now, it would be stupid to, I'm fighting Brazil, but once Brazil's done with, my next target is going to be Peru. There we go. Rio has fallen and they are at 68. Next capital, that's 20 victory points, surely. That's got to be enough. It's 99. Yes. All mine territory. All right. Now we need 20 political power and we can just start declaring war on random people. The next target was Peru, since they're like the next biggest country. If I can get the biggest threats out of the way first, then I think we'll be okay. But Chile, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Over in Europe, the Reichspakt is doing rather well, which is good, because if they can beat the Syndicalists, then Chile is going to be less powerful in South America. Although we probably would have defeated them before they made it all the way down to my I completely forgot that I bought a Bolivia there. So it's now a race to get my divisions out before they go too far. Oh, we can get them out now. Oh, we're fine. Oh wait, it's 20%. Okay, we're fine. It actually wasn't too much of an issue. We were approaching from the north and we kind of just sandwiched them in between my two armies. There we go. All right, we sorted that out. There was no problem. However, the closer we got to Lima, the more of a problem it was becoming. Supply was thinning and the mountains were growing. Into the towers flew a boat. Once we deal with these guys, I'm going to deal with Uruguay. And then once we deal with Uruguay, I might leave the north and focus on Chile in that and the Third International. You know, I'm already back to no manpower. This whole playthrough, I've been in a constant state of no manpower. Have I even called the whole of Argentina yet? There was no option. We have manpower, right? No, we're down manpower. Oh. And I'm on extensive? Brev. After finally pushing through the mountains, I was able to encircle Lima and take the capital. Oh, I can wait, this isn't even cored? Oh my god. I need to core all this immediately. Done, and we will annex all that. Next up was Uruguay. They're not going to be particularly strong and they just don't really look good on the map. Same with Paraguay, but they're a puppet of Chile, so if I go in on Paraguay, I have to attack Chile too. After a quick invasion of Uruguay, I went to look at Europe and I noticed that the Third International were actually falling apart. And because of that, I decided this was the right opportunity to attack Chile. I think we just do it. Alright, let's go. Declare war. Now, capitulating Chile and Paraguay wasn't what I was concerned about. Being in a constant state of war with the Third International was my problem. But this mod knew that, and once I capitulated Chile, I got this really good event that I'm so thankful for. The Peace of Santiago. Now that our brave soldiers have occupied Chile, we can negotiate a mutual beneficial peace with the International. Yeah, okay. Oh, hey, oh, thank God that's a thing. What am I doing? Get to click the thing. All right. I guess, only thing left is to march north, I suppose. Now at this point, I was fully confident for my army to take the north, but oh boy was I wrong. Manpower is extremely dire. Even though I called Argentina, I still have to occupy the lands that I've got and then fill my army. I got on secret police. Right? No. Okay, everything needs to be on secret police. That gives me some manpower. I didn't even finish coring all of Argentina, and look at all the decisions that are on the screen. They're all overlapping and they all cost some cost manpower, and I don't even know which ones are to core anymore. Okay, so there's still a couple of states in Argentina that we haven't cored. Like, this is a core? This should be a core here. And obviously this is a core. We've also started producing an air force. Look at this, the bandits are in control of some planes. Can you imagine if a gang just had control of an air force? They could be bombing the ops spread. No more drive-bys, they are fly-by. Anyway, we've invaded Ecuador and I'm finding it increasingly hard to push with lack of supply and mountainous terrain. It probably would have been better to set up a naval invasion because I do have the navy for it. I've taken the entire South American navy. But at the time, now hear me out, it was pretty late at night. Granted, I probably should have gone to bed, but I wanted to unify South America before I went to bed so the morning I could start with a unified South America and then do whatever I wanted to do. Plus, I didn't think it would be much of an issue. They don't have any allies, so I thought I'd just get it done real quick. Hey, there we go. We just got a bunch of manpower from coring that one populous state. That should be enough to fill our army. That is a strong Reichspakt. Wow. Let's say the capital eventually. Oh, the British Empire returned. They gave it back to them? Damn, United Kingdom, but without Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. And Scotland have gone syndicalist. Done. Alright. Now, Colombia and Venezuela are both in their own faction, but I can take them both on at once. However, this is when things started to go wrong. Okay, we break through here. I put my air over this one instead of here, because this is better. But there's more mountains, so I don't know. You know, having some mountaineers would have been a good idea, but we are just like an anarchic state of a bunch of bandits just running around. So, I mean, it wouldn't really be accurate. My progression into Colombia was very slow and my manpower was draining. But I was advancing, and I even reached Venezuela. It's starting to fall apart now. It's slowly but surely getting pushed back. It's just taking a very long time. I'm just losing so many men. I'm losing so many men, and there's no way I can, like, get more manpower, to be honest. The front was falling apart, and for some reason they've control of the Panama Canal, so I naturally went up there to take the land. Dominion of Canada? Why? What did we do? Why are you attacking us? What? Why am I at war with the entire... Oh my days. I'm at war with the Entente. Yeah, I don't know. They're just a little bit nervous, I guess. They thought I was going to just walk into the Panama Canal when I clearly just went next to it. But this presents a major problem. They have a bigger navy than I do, and now I got to defend my entire coast with what manpower? No garrisons. 200k instantly, but there are no garrisons. It was my only option. I mean, I've got plenty of equipment, so I don't have to worry about that, but manpower is so dire. And the invasions happened immediately, the first one coming in northwest Brazil. So now my invasion of Colombia had to be put on hold to actually try and defend all these invasions. Yeah, it's already another invasion here. Oh my days. Oh my god. So I had to take some divisions to try and guard my ports, but even putting them on garrison just didn't do enough. They'd invaded with such a horde of divisions. I would probably have to defend my entire coastline to be able to stop any naval invasions. Oh, you can go service by requirement. Okay. So I've increased my conscription. I've now got a garrison, but I had to sacrifice like 2/3 of my army to do it, and now I've just got 15 divisions on this. Which, is that even enough? No, it would be nowhere near enough. I also think putting my divisions on the garrison order is the worst thing I could have done, because now I've only got a couple of divisions defending where they could potentially invade. And so I can't respond to it quickly, and then they can just overwhelm me, which is exactly what happened. Just because I didn't even attack the Panama Canal, I just went next to it. How come Colombia wasn't attacked by the Entente when they... Stupid. I'm in a bit of a bad decision. Oh my god. I'm in a bit of a horrible situation. And my manpower is coming in at 0.2 people an hour. This whole thing. I am going down mass mob as well. I'm only one away from the human wave. That'll give us 5% more manpower, but right now I think our best option is to completely withdraw from the north of South America. I also move my navy to guard where my victory points actually are. I am not holding against Colombia anymore. Okay. I need some manpower right now, and my mobilization is coming in very slowly. The only benefit I have is as we go further down South America, the front line is going to get a lot shorter. So retreating to a more defensible position is really my only option. I don't know if I'm going to be able to save this. I'm putting these guys like this, and then I need more divisions. My manpower is coming out so slowly. It's actually... I can't, like, make any divisions. Look, it just comes out so slowly, and when it does come out, it just goes straight into this. I'll just see if I can train some 15 militia. Oh my god. And now it was just a game of constantly getting pushed back, but it was a problem, because every time I pushed back, they would get ports closer to my, victory points, which meant their navy had more range, and then they would actually be able to invade further down. So I was in a situation where even just retreating makes me need to retreat. Look at many... far out. Look how many divisions there are there. I'm putting my entire army on this invasion because I want this invasion to actually just die. I want it to die. I just got human wave offensive, 5% manpower. This could be savable. This could be savable. With human wave offensive, I'm going to be getting a lot of manpower. I just need to hold out for long enough so that it all gets mobilized. But now my army has essentially doubled. Frontline is like kind of stable now. I don't know. We lost a lot of land. I'm sitting on around 800,000 manpower in the army right now. And I also have a bunch of bonuses that give defense on core territory. I can integrate Uruguay. Oh my god, I need 150 political power and I can integrate Uruguay. That's manpower. Alright, I'm going to bed. This is a tomorrow morning problem. Tomorrow morning, I'll fix this. Honestly, I was just happy that I was able to stabilize the front, and tomorrow morning I would deal with it. It's the following morning. I am rejuvenated and fresh and ready to get my land back. Okay, what mess have I left myself in? I was probably very tired those last couple of years of this game, and, it resulted in whatever this is. Everything is out of date. What? Why? Why? I'm fine. Like, I have so much of the stuff. Why is it at it? Why am I not producing like the upgrades of it? There was a lot of things that needed fixing. I also don't have all of the resources that I need, but it was kind of hard to trade with people when the Entente Navy was around your whole continent. So just wait till my manpower's okay. What are my templates? That is... Okay, we need engineers. We need engineers, yes. Alright, so this is stable here, but they've actually broken through this area. How do I fix this? I started wondering why none of my divisions were moving to cover the opening gaps, and then I realized that I had turned off the cohesion, like being flexible, the night before, because none of my dudes want to go here, man. Why? Why are none of them? Oh, you know why? You know why? Because I put it on this. Oh my god. I put it on that. That's why. Oh my god. Okay, well at least, okay. At least I saw what I, okay. Yeah, that could have been really bad if I didn't notice it. Dude, they've taken Buenos Aires. How? I have like 50, what? There was a lot of back and forth in Buenos Aires. I mean, like, it's really important we hang on to that city for manpower. Oh, dude. Come on, take it back. Yes, we got it back. Why are you just going away from it? Why would you leave that? Why? Why would you leave that? What is this? I have supremacy here. How the f*** did they invade? No. No, that's what? I have what? Okay, obviously I must have not had supremacy for like 0.1 second, which allowed Portugal to invade from so far away that they've only just landed now. They literally just cheated, straight up. This was obviously a very healthy way to start my morning. As usual, I've resorted to saying that the game is cheating. The AI are just cheating, apparently. That's literally not my fault. The game is cheating. Cool, so now they just got free roam into southern Argentina. Lovely. Supremacy over there now. They got supremacy. Why am I... What? No, it's because my guys had to move. It's because my guys have to move to the Falklands. Now I don't have supremacy over here. I'm about to lose it. I'm actually going to lose it. All because of one naval invasion that was not justified whatsoever. It seems like every Hoi 4 game, I'm beginning to lose it more and more. It's only a matter of time before my entire channel is just screaming. I've got myself yet again into another bad situation. They didn't have supremacy. Unless they had it for like a fraction of a second, which should not be the case. Well, we have supremacy. Look, 58. What? Well, not here, but the one place that I have supremacy, they're invading. This is what happens when you have an anarchist state. It can't survive. You get invaded. I think the guy's feeling like Hitler in the bunker right now. And then we got the naval invasion into our second capital. And I'm just thinking, how quickly did this all fall apart? All because I didn't even attack Canada. I just went next to the Panama Canal because Colombia had Panama. Corboda. We hang on to it. We hang on to this. We hang on to it. We actually survived 1946. Let's keep surviving. However, 1947, I would not. The endless amount of naval invasions was just too much to bear. Okay, we're holding the strait in Chile here. I plan on holding the strait here as long as we take this back. Last stand. I don't have enough for last stand. Okay. Not good. Not good. Really not good. Okay, that's it. We lost. Oh, dude, that's some BS how I even went to war with the Entente. That was actually BS. There's no way going next to the canal triggers Canada to declare war. I wasn't even at war with them. I wasn't even planning on crossing it. I was going to do a naval invasion. I had the Navy for it. I could have just naval invaded across the other side of Panama. But no, they saw fit to just invade against us. And it's funny, because I didn't even need to go into Panama to unify South America. Colombia didn't have any cores there, so I could have just, capitulated them normally with their core territory. But sometimes it's just small decisions like this that can change the entire course of a game. But it's okay, you can't win them all. You guys are here for my personality anyway. You don't care about the Hoi 4, right, guys? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video if you're still here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.